You've stumbled into another nostalgic void. Drifting, searching with your rose-colored glasses. Fear not. What an Oddcast is here to guide you. With hosts Jared Minikheim, Anthony Denny, Michael Kennedy, and Sven Magnuson. Stay odd and hold on tight.
Welcome back to What an Oddcast, episode 265. That's what they're telling me, but it's been a long week. I'm your intro man, Michael Kennedy.
I'm the tan one, Anthony Denny.
I'm Jared Minikheim.
Feel like we're in a dungeon, gentlemen. It gets darker and brighter at the same time.
Mood lighting.
There's no whips or chains to excite me. Sha-na-na-na, come on. Come on.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. How you guys doing?
I'm living.
Mike's 15 pounds away from starting an OnlyFans. That's how Mike's doing. Okay? All seriousness. Like,
I had a great time.
This close. You'll be the first to know about it, loyal listeners. All you got to do is reach out to the Oddcastmedia account, and I'll get you a free subscription when that does. I hope you're a pretty girl, and I'll just say nice things about you.
Is that 15 pounds so you can properly get your dick pic?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Carry over from last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little bit of both. A little bit of self-confidence. A little bit of face work.
Oh.
It's been a pretty hellacious 2 weeks at work. It's been a very, very stressful 2 weeks at work. And I messaged Alex today, and I was like, I am like fucking one more comment away from starting advanced social media, is how I put it. And I was like, would you like to join me? And she said she's got some other things going on right now. I was like, well, if that falls through, you let me know.
If your plan falls through, Mike, dibs on your Megazords.
That's fine. You can have them.
Your Megazords.
You can have them. It's fine. It's a lot of money tied up in shit over there.
Man, I feel like I've had the
fair.
best time because I went on a little vacation.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be.
Must be nice. Go ahead. Well, you want to talk about it some more?
Oh, yeah. I drove 4 hours, then went on a boat,
Oh, you poor
then
thing.
went to the beach,
Oh, God. It's
then
such a
drove 4 hours again.
rough
God,
life. We
man,
had to
that's
stop
just
every
so
2 hours
hard.
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
4 hours in a car?
God,
Yeah,
could you
2 times.
Could you imagine
I can't.
leaving late on a Thursday and coming back on a Sunday, shirking all responsibilities of this ethereal world?
Like, I let my dog at someone else's house who apparently he thrived there.
I wonder
Yeah,
why.
because these 3 children that give him all the attention. You have a wife that's okay with the dog, and the child that torments him. There he had 3 children who loved him unconditionally.
From what Alex said,
Yeah.
he did not want to play with any of her kids.
No, he was just chill as fuck.
Uh-huh.
She wanted to drug him, and I said, do it. The first night was bad because he had anxiety and
Oh, yeah, of
separation,
course.
which I understand. But, like, while he got to shirk all of that, I had Holly's dogs with me, right? And so they're fine, but they're needy. And that was all fucking... Let me explain to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, why exactly Mike killed Anthony this weekend. He's no longer here. This is the ethereal form of Anthony. I don't know if any of us remembers, Jared, I don't know if you remember, but I have another group of friends that I sometimes hang out with, and they are just about ready to have another child as well, so it's very far and few between where we actually get to hang out.
Yeah, Rivers Cuomo.
Yes, exactly.
Sure.
I still love you guys both dearly, and I apologize I couldn't make the last hangout session, but I hit a deer with my vehicle, so I don't trust my backup vehicle to drive that far. He gets me back and forth to work, but that's about it. Anyway, I had specifically said, Anthony, from Costco, they purchased a 3-story playhouse. It's a wooden playhouse, 2 slides, climbing wall, swing set. I said I would never, ever again assemble another play set. My mother tells me we're going to assemble the swing set at Anthony's on Saturday. Note swing set. Note swing set. I'm thinking 5 poles and some swings. Just basically a stripper party. 5 poles. Nope. No, that is not, in fact, what it is. In fact, what it is a wooden playhouse similar to the one that I built, just without a 3rd story. And if you know anything about those playhouses, the instructions are
Garbage.
Yeah,
to the
absolute
point
garbage,
where
always.
me and my father fucked it up more than once and just started drilling new holes to make shit fit. Now, his neighbors have the same playset.
Exact same, weirdly.
Fucked it up in different ways and still made it work because we went over and looked at it and they fucked up pretty much the same things we fucked up, and theirs is still differently put together than Anthony's is. So
It's not even work.
Look,
it was bad. There's extra parts. There's extra nuts and bolts. We don't fucking know where they went. We ran out of one size bolt that they told us to use. We had to start using another one.
What the fuck?
It's fine. It'll stay together.
What
Yeah,
IKEA back room thing did you buy?
both me and from Walmart. Both me and John, my father, were up on that thing, so it's sturdy. But like the way it creaks under my fucking weight, it's and the slide. That is the dumbest fucking slide in the world, Anthony. Someone needs to be shot and hung for that slide. So, Jared, it's a slide. Have you seen the slide out there?
No, I don't
No?
even.
We'll go out and look at the slide afterwards. You take some pictures. We'll put it on social media because it's fucking stupid. So when I say a slide, what do you think a slide is?
I mean, I assume like a sloping
Sure.
plastic, maybe.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
think like maybe one piece to make it all coherently?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no. How 3 pieces work for you? How about 2 sides and like plexiglass that is like, you know, plastic that folds into groove. It came in, it was 2 and a flat piece of plexiglass that we had to fit into fucking grooves. It is so dumb.
that is the dumbest way they could have done that.
I want to
Worst
show you,
way.
like, if you go get the instruction booklet, I will swear to God,
I believe it.
So after about 8 hours,
Damn.
me and John, we decided, like, it's time to go home.
They
now.
started at like
9 o'clock.
9, yeah.
Left at 4.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Yeah, no.
9 to 4. It's a full shift, a full banker's
Yeah,
shift.
it's a full
Like,
shift.
got full banker's hours right here. We came back Sunday and finished it and things like that. But I had specifically told Anthony, I was like, I'll never build another swing set.
Multiple
Like,
times.
When I did
mean,
it for
no, that's fair
Tyler's.
after that.
With,
Yeah,
with,
no.
with Tyler, when I did the 3-story one, I was like, you just need to find better friends. And then he failed to do so.
So in my defense, the plan was never for that to happen. The
I
plan
know.
was for me and John to build it.
Oh, I
And
know.
It never lined up.
No. And again, I don't hold any resentment towards Anthony.
I just
on it,
needed
but,
it.
like,
I couldn't do it by myself.
there's
They
no.
wouldn't let
You
me.
couldn't have done it with any. Listen, you and Jared, it would have been bum fucking nowhere.
I don't have a drill.
I mean that with
That's
all
my
that.
biggest problem.
We didn't know.
no,
We
it
knew.
would've
Okay,
been
so
bad.
like we had the power drill and his impact to like screw things in. Well, then turns out you needed a drill bit because you actually had to drill holes in certain things. That's how
that's
your
fucking
slides
stupid.
attached. You had to put the fucking slide on and then drill 3 spots to attach the slide.
Exactly
It
why I
was
didn't.
so
That's fucking
Exactly why I didn't try doing it by
stupid.
myself because. No.
It was so dumb.
–
Like, we tried to follow the instructions perfectly, and it didn't fucking work.
And it's like I gave Good and Pete a shit for the
So
one
did
that
I.
they build.
Never again.
They're like, there's a really funny if you ever go over and see it because that John's there's a board on there that's clearly upside down because the logo's on it.
Yep.
And I always gave them shit because they put it upside down. That had to drill holes to put stuff into it.
Yep.
And I'm like, dumbasses.
And that
Until
slide
you've
is
seen yours,
that
and then
slide
you're
is
like, oh.
one piece. That is one slide that
Akiero,
right there. And yes, exactly. And so it's fine, but like, and then I had a so like also, you guys need to plant a tree. You guys gotta plant a couple trees. There's 0 fucking shade in your fucking backyard. You need to fucking plant a tree. Mike, I don't know if you can't probably tell this audience because I have a red light on me. My face is so goddamn sunburnt. Everything hurts. It all hurts because there's no fucking shade in their backyard at all.
This is
And
true.
this motherfucker over here eating grapes. So fucking
I was gonna
8
ask what the
hours
fuck you're
of
chewing.
direct sunlight, and then I ran a 5K the next morning, came back and finished this
Got
shit.
silver.
What?
Got silver.
I finished second out of 2. The guy in front of me who got first in my age group, 12 minutes faster than my fat ass. So I was like, went up there. I was like, I think I got second. They're like, yeah, you got second in your age group. I was like, of 2, and they're like, it's still good. I was like, the guy in front of me finished 12 minutes before me. I'll take the medal, thank you, but do not think that this was good.
Mike says like 12 minutes, but Mike probably ran like 30 minutes.
No, I did it 40 minutes. I can't.
Oh, 40 minutes. Can you
I'm
run 5K in
fat,
40
guys.
minutes? Yeah.
I told you I need to lose 15 pounds. I'm fat right now. It's been stressful. It is stress weight, and it's not fun. So then anyway, also on top of this, I'm babysitting Holly's dogs, right? And so like they
Two little Yorkie poos for the audience.
Multi-poos.
Oh yeah,
Multi-poos.
for everyone else.
and they're fine, but they're needy, and they sleep with me in my bed. Like, not to be... Do you know how hard it is to beat off with 2 dogs in the bed with you?
Actually,
It's
I do,
impossible.
yes.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
So here I am at my... Again, just skip ahead like a minute if you don't want to. Here I'm just at my desk on my phone like I'm a fucking college again.
I could not
Christ.
jack off the whole weekend. Yeah. Because I was in a tent.
Yeah. I get it.
And it was not my
aggression.
tent.
The aggression.
So I did not have anywhere. The
aggression.
only place to like come would have been either in a shirt or go outside, and I'm in a tent next to 2 other tents, so we can hear when people unzip and zip.
Yep.
Oh, that would have been awkward.
Yeah, it was like
That would have been Grandma's boy.
so.
I can't stop.
So I couldn't bust a nut, and like the McLeans, I love them. They're great. They're fantastic. That's why we go up. This is our 3rd year. We're going up every year. They have no water heat.
Oh.
So there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people there, plus 2 children, so
I'll
10
take
people.
cold showers.
Yeah, like, if you wanted to shower, which you did after going into a lake and going into the beach, you had a fucking...
I mean, yeah, you got to get all the shit off you.
and it's no fun to jack off in a cold shower, and especially if people are waiting for you to finish showering, you don't want to jack off there.
Just give me a minute.
I was...
Yeah, no, you were fine.
my asshole was melting, just because...
Poor baby.
I know, I got...
You got to go to vacation.
I know.
One
I
down
have
while you
fucking
couldn't
first
jerk
world
off.
problems.
Oh, no.
But also,
Shirked
like,
every responsibility he had.
diarrhea.
Sure.
And their plumbing is awful too.
Did you clog a toilet?
Not this time. Last time I did, and I had so much trauma.
Jesus Christ.
That's something that I would fuss like maybe 2 times. You know, get it down,
Yeah.
then wipe my ass with paper.
Yep.
It's like 6 flushes because it just kept on coming, and I'm like, I don't want to clog the toilet, especially now that there's like 2 army people here. Shout out to the army, by the way. Yeah, it was not. It was a fun time though.
It's it sounds like you had a fun time.
I did not.
Kinda.
All this shit started on Thursday, and then Holly finally got there at like 1 to pick up her dogs. And to tell you, like, I got new sheets for my bed. I put on new sheets, and I laid down at 3:30, and I passed out for a half hour, and I woke up not knowing where I was.
Damn.
Best kind of sleep.
Like it was,
That is
and then like it was just nice to not have anyone there. Like, I straight up told my parents, I was like, I can't do that again next year. I'm too old. I'm too old for that shit.
Yep,
So
I mean,
That's fair.
yeah, it was. You guys are champions for doing that.
yeah.
I mean, 2 dogs. Ridiculous.
You owe them a 401k. They put in a full day's work.
No. You see, you only get
They've
benefits
earned
if you work
benefits for your
35
company.
hours or more a week.
Yeah, but how many projects have they done for you? I think they've
Not all in 1 week.
It's-
And that's how we skirt around the legality.
Mm.
You only make them ever work 34 hours and 30 minutes.
It's my childhood all over again.
Putting docks in the lake.
No,
Killing cats.
my stepdad's construction. That was New York State was a stickler about that. If you had X amount of people, then they had to work X amount of hours. You had to do X amount of work on a job site, and you had to like have X, Y, and Z all done. And it made like being an independent contractor like impossible in New York.
No one cares. I mean that in all seriously, child labor doesn't matter. It was different times. You're a better person. It made you who you were today. Congratulations. But on the bright side, Jared, I love you. It's fine. Also, the fucking Baby Billy shirt, fucking
Oh, I love that thing.
so fucking. I watched the
fucking
TikTok.
love
I watched the
that
TikTok
thing.
like 4 times. Fucking hilarious. It's the stupidest thing that I could do.
I love that shirt so much.
The Olympics start Friday.
Oh, do that.
Yeah, and I have
didn't even
PTO
realize
the
that.
next week, so
Nice.
I'm gonna be sleeping instead of watching the Olympics.
As most people do.
I have to work Monday, and I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and then Friday technically I work, but I'm going to work at home and not do anything because I'm going to save my PTO, and then I have that Saturday, Sunday off again, and it's going to be fabulous. At some point in time, I know your wife's gonna ruin it and have the fucking kid, so just like
That'll- yeah.
She is 30, I believe 38 weeks tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's
got to
gonna
talk to her
pop
a little bit.
anytime.
She said she's over it.
Oh, she is so over it. She is.
I can imagine she's there. Like,
Yeah, she's
like,
fucking.
it really does just like pin, and she would just explode.
Like we
how
had to stop
babies
to
work.
change Orion anyway because he's a kid and wears a diaper, doesn't know how to hold his bladder. But we also had to stop for Heather because she just had to pee sometimes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
It happens when you have a being crushing your bladder.
Yep.
Yeah,
When you have a whole ass baby.
you did that.
I did.
It's gonna come out looking like Anthony, and she's not gonna love it. I mean that in the best possible way, but just what you've told me about how like your family has progressed.
Yeah.
Like Orion has no color, so it's gonna be absolutely the reverse of you.
Yeah, he's that
Nova's
baby.
gonna have some color.
She's either gonna be the darkest baby ever or
Yeah.
the whitest baby ever. There will be
Agreed.
no in between.
Agreed.
I don't know how Orion got this perfect little
Well,
melanin.
I know,
level.
right?
You know, he lucked out.
He
but
did.
This one won't.
No.
like, like that.
Genetics are a
50-50 gone.
crapshoot.
Yep.
She already has Heather's chin. We know that because of the
You got the bunch
ultrasounds.
in
Got that weird like
cleft.
yeah,
Yep.
like the chin kind of goes like yeah.
Yep.
in.
Interesting.
Yes,
But,
it's
yep.
a weird jaw.
Yeah, babies are already coming,
Anyway.
and then I get 6 weeks off of work, which will be nice.
It will be. It'll be nice.
Even though
to
he
be
just
up
had a
here.
vacation, but he'll get 6 months.
Yeah,
I got
you know.
I got a
you
day.
know.
He just got another.
I got 1 day and
More
3.
PTO.
And when the day I was off is when
PTO.
fucking the world shut down. Apparently,
No, nothing
No one
happened.
cares.
Everyone had access. You would have had access
Yeah.
and had to work. Sorry. No one. The only people I know that didn't have access were people that had like really obscure systems. So
Some of the banks, but you don't work at a bank, so you'd been fine.
Speedway apparently could only take out fucking. You could gas
Poor
at the pump,
Speedway.
but you couldn't use your card inside. It was real fucking weird.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
that is dumb.
So today, everybody's gotten their little things. We all hated on Anthony because he got to take vacation. You know, when nobody fucking cares what he did with his little petty problems. You know,
I
but,
got
hey,
one
I'm
day
glad you
off.
enjoyed
I
your
got
time.
sunburnt so bad.
I put on
Like,
I'm not
burnt
saying
shit.
this because I'm better than you, but I made sure that I got covered in proper sunscreen the whole time. Mike didn't know he's gonna be out in the sun, so that's why he's burnt.
If they would just plant a couple goddamn trees and allow them to grow for shade, your whole house would be like 40 degrees cooler. Because, fun fact, you're always in the sun at this goddamn place. There isn't shade
That is true, yes.
anywhere.
Field behind us, field in front of us.
Anywhere.
that I have noticed. Yeah, always sunny.
In Philadelphia?
Well, we're not in Philly, so you fail. Anyway, so there's a little bit of a thing here at Oddcast that I bring up all the time because it irritates me.
Our best episodes.
Yeah, our best fucking episodes. Only because it was the title of them. Just it gets clicks, but it
Fucking
Call of
clickbait.
Duty Zombies way back at like episode fucking 30 something, 50 something, somewhere around there. It's our highest played episode, so I decided why don't we just do like a Redux zombie episode because fuck that. Like I'm tired of those ones getting plays. So we're gonna do a bit of a Redux because Mike didn't really play them and he wasn't here when we did them, and I'm gonna do a shortened version because trying to get into some of the other stuff it gets too fucking confusing.
And what to say, that this was recorded back when I used my phone as a microphone and I was wandering around an empty room upstairs because we just built this house.
Yeah, and was I in the? I think I was in the closet at that point. I think I
Good. Well,
Good
I'm
for
glad
you.
you're out.
Good for you. for you.
For clarification, I had retrofitted a closet I had to just have a space. So yeah, Call of Duty Zombies. It does have an actual story. As much as nobody, like the general public, didn't pay attention to it, it did actually have a story. Started World at War, and we're gonna work our way up through Black Ops 2 because past that it gets confusing as shit, and I just don't like how they really reinvested in it, and they made it way too confusing. And I assume it's because Call of Duty will just never fucking die, so they needed to keep it going. And you could have
of
ended it,
course.
but whatever. Anthony, what was your first experience with Call of Duty? Was it just Black Ops? Like
It
somebody
was
introduced
Black
you to it?
Ops because I did not have an Xbox 360 or or an Xbox. I don't know what World of War was on.
I think it was on 360.
360?
Maybe just Xbox, but I think it was like the first 360 before COD 4, I want to say.
I did not have it until I was in high school, which was Black Ops.
Okay.
So that was the first one. But
see, I remember you like Black Ops because I remember we do the bots, and your favorite was the AK with a flamethrower.
Hell yeah, bright red AK flamethrower scavenger.
Yes, you're a fucking maniac.
With the crossbow, because crossbow and claymore. Yep.
Not that I was any better with
and Nova gas.
Claymores, but yeah, gotta have Nova gas to be a dick.
Damn, I just did my whole fucking loadout.
Yeah,
I did not make
being a
any
dick.
other classes. I only ever played that one specific class. Because I was, like, anytime I went over to anyone's house, like, hey, wait, I gotta build my class. Like, oh, how many? One.
Yeah, he just needs one. He's gonna do the same couple things every time.
And the flamethrower was not a good attachment.
No, it's not.
It's terrible.
Its range was shit, so you just get shot in the face.
Yep. But, I tried to do that intimidation thing where you just slide it and start walking around people like, ah!
It was always the best whenever you do it, and if it was, you got to see the kill cam of seeing your flames come out past somebody's face and them just backing away to shoot you.
Mildly inconvenienced.
Anyway, Mike, I just go on the assumption, because I know you're not a Call of Duty person, you probably never played any of them, or maybe you have, but just going by experience, I think Halo was the most you've played out of first-person shooters, I think.
I don't know. There was one on a Wii I played with the Zapper.
Okay.
Wasn't very good.
Yeah,
We only
no.
didn't have the graphic card, and the Zappers were confusing. And me and my best friend Adam Gross at the time from college tried to play it. We couldn't get past the tutorial because it doesn't. It did. It we didn't. It didn't work. I didn't understand.
I'm trying to find...
God, those things were so bad.
Yeah, they're fun for Link's crossbow training, but that is about it.
Yeah, I still...
That is about
I'm
it.
not to get off subject, but I'm really pissed off about the Wii Zapper because my dad got me one for Christmas.
What a waste of money.
And it didn't come with Link's crossbow training.
Oh, he got the
that's
cheap
even
He got the
worse.
cheap one.
He just went and bought a fucking Wish and bought a Zapper.
And, like, I remember I got it because there was this Call of Duty game that I could not beat for the love of me. Like,
So
there
you
was a
thought
mission
the
I was
Zapper
stuck
would
on.
help?
And it did. I beat the level on first try. And it was the last level of the game.
Yeah,
And I got so mad because I'm like, that was a waste of a Christmas gift.
Sure was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, Zappers weren't very great.
No. And then whichever one you're in World War I or II. I remember climbing over fences and hiding in bushes and going upstairs and shooting people in the face. Could have been Nazis, could have been what was before the Nazis.
Could have maybe World of War, because that one's World War II.
Episode 38, by the way.
For what?
The Call of Duty Zombies. Which was December
I knew it was around the 30s.
9th, 2019.
Hear that, folks? That fucking long ago. Stop listening to it. Come listen to the newer ones where things are just a tad bit
Better.
They're a tad bit, you know.
A lot.
We
We have audio. We have Michael.
You didn't need me for a Call of Duty episode.
That's that might be fair.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, Call of Duty Zombies. It's its own thing. The team who made it originally with Treyarch, if I remember correctly, they were essentially just tasked with making a side game for people in World at War. They were like, hey, we want like a new little thing people can do if they don't want multiplayer. And if I want to say they were playing around with something completely different, and it just kind of became Zombies. God, the first map.
Knocked.
Yes, thank you.
Knocked their token.
The very first map is just a building. You had like nothing. There were a couple weapons on the wall. You had like one perk, and that was it. And then it became its own thing. It got really popular. They started making DLCs for it. You started getting more maps. And then we get introduced to characters like Nikolai, the Russian. You have Dempsey, the American. Takeo, the Japanese soldier. And Richthofen, the German scientist.
And I was right. It was knocked their own token.
Thank you. So yeah, and then they introduced them. You get Shino Numa.
Their eyes.
Yes.
Barak.
Thank you, Barak. That's the one I could remember. The Insane Asylum. So yeah, and
All German, by the way.
Yes, all German because it's set in World War II. But while you were doing the waves and endless zombies, and you were killing them, and there were like power-ups, and there were all these perks and things, they had a little hidden objective you could do. The tiniest one was that there were always 3 objects in every map. It could be anything from like meteorite stones. Shino is, I believe, the phones. You have to find 3 phones. But they had songs with them. Personally, I still listen to the zombie songs simply because the female singer that they had for them, she put way more effort than she fucking needed to with those songs. Because they were just for Call of Duty.
Back in the day, Call of Duty was a good thing.
I mean, that is fair. This is before COD really went off the rails with, like, we're going to crank them out every fucking year. Like, that's probably a fair point. But no, they're just genuinely, I enjoy them a lot. She's a fantastic singer, and I know she doesn't do things like that anymore. I think she went country. And I think last I'd ever heard, she's very much like, that's not me on the Treyarch songs, because they're more metally hardcore in tone, and she went country, and I think she tried to distance herself from it with like, no, that wasn't me. This is what I do musically.
Elena Siegman.
Thank you. But that was years ago, so maybe she's changed her stance. But I know there was a long time she was just very much like distanced from that she had done it. Anyway, you could find the 3 items and have the secret songs that would appear. But there were also, like, the overall Easter eggs, which there was always something you could do that would spark reactions across the map, and you'd get dialogue and, like, all these voices of things, and you'd have to try to piece it together.
There's a little girl laughing.
Yeah, so, in the background, above Anthony there, above the logo, above Anthony, that is Samantha, who is the voice you typically see. Or, sorry, the voice you typically hear. Essentially, the whole thing started with your Professor Maxis and Richthofen during World War II. It's pretty easy to do the story. I feel it was pretty easy for them to kind of just pivot this towards World War II because, fun fact of history. Well, okay, not in that way. But it was easier for them to do it that way because, fun fact of history, Hitler loved supernatural shit. Like, that was just his thing. That is the reason it's always in movies. He thought that was a way he could win. So
always in movies. Sir, have you not ever watched the entire history/American History Channel documentary series called Hitler and the Occult, which not ran for 6 seasons, and each season has like 15 episodes, and they're hour-long episodes, not to mention the extended cuts and the, like, not TV movies,
I'm gonna look up Hitler and the Occult on my phone.
Hitler and the Occult.
Yeah, because he was
and
just,
Nazis and aliens is another one.
Yeah,
and paranormal World War II is another one, and there's another one too.
Yeah, but yeah, so just historically, doing zombies set in World War II fits. Hitler was
where Hellboy comes from, by the way, too.
Yeah,
right.
This is true. So yeah, basically they're the 2 scientists, Maxis and Richthofen. They're put in charge to make Hitler a super army that will take over blah blah.
Which probably did happen in real life, but didn't.
Yeah,
obviously didn't work.
But there's a lot of
good guys
he did try things like that. But anyway, they discover an element called 115, which
it's not a thing. There's already an element 115 on the periodic table. I'm pretty sure. Probably unobtainium. Or maybe it's Cantgidium. You guys ready to talk about Avatar 3 with the next?
It's Moscovium.
Yeah. It's Russian.
Since I was in 2003. So Hitler did it first.
Anyway, so they find this material on meteorite, and they're like, hey, this has a lot of properties to it. Let's see what we can do. So of course they fucking experiment. They make teleportation, and they're like, hey, this could be a thing we could use. But while doing so, there was a dog specifically that they were going to have be the first living teleportation thing. Samantha, Maxie's daughter, had grown attached to the dog.
Fluffy.
Dog gets teleported. Samantha doesn't know, like, clearly dog may or may not live. So Samantha dives in after dog, because why are you doing this to dog? Samantha gets teleported. Unbeknownst to them, Element 115 is what spawns the whole fucking thing, because this is where I say after Black Ops 2, they made it so fucking complicated, because they make the story even bigger. Like, I was double checking my notes, and there's shit they've added in these early parts now that didn't exist before that just confuses
That's called
the
a
shit out of
retcon
it.
audience.
It is. They did it with
A retroactive continuity.
Technically, Origins is where they started it, but they made it worse with Black Ops 3. It got really fucking confusing after that.
Wasn't it made that the Richthofen that we
play...
there's
two different ones.
I was about to say, it's not the
we'll
same one as
that.
the evil scientist.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Which they only did because people liked playing as the evil German guy, and they're like,
oops. So yeah, the dog gets teleported, Samantha gets teleported. 115 turns out is a gateway to just a completely different realm of being, which is something they weren't aware of, because, fucking Element, you don't know what you're doing with.
Always Mars.
Classic crazy Nazi scientists experimenting with things you don't understand. So Samantha disappears, dog disappears, they don't reappear in the teleporter. They're like, what the fuck? What happened? Basically, Samantha got teleported to the other dimension, and she basically gets sucked up into the energy that is this other universe, and she becomes essentially a fucking god.
Like in Jackie Chan Adventures when Jade accidentally reads the book and becomes evil.
Yeah, like she gets teleported there, there's a dark energy, absorbs into her, she becomes this new demonic god. Fluffy comes back, but it's like a demonic hellhound. Hence where you get the hellhounds of every 5 rounds, you get your ammo.
They're her puppies.
Yeah, that is because Fluffy got teleported. So that whole thing happens, and that sets a rift between Maxis and Richthofen, because on one hand, Richthofen's like, yeah, the experiment worked, who gives a shit? And then you got Maxis with like, no, that's my fucking daughter, like, we gotta get her back, and yeah, so that creates a rift between those two.
And then Richthofen puts on the golden Bonnie suit and starts hunting down children. Or that would be Maxis starts putting on a golden Bonnie suit and starts hunting down children, and uses their remnant to bring other things to life, too.
And of course,
did Freddy Fazbear's rip off Call of Duty?
Don't start this. Don't start this. So I'm giving it a very abbreviated version. There's a ton of other things, like the Wonder Waffle, which is a weapon you can get. Was another thing Richthofen was trying to experiment with.
Which I was very sad to hear was not a delicious breakfast food.
So essentially, they create the teleporter. They also learn that it has the ability to reanimate the dead, which is something that, of course, Hitler hicked onto, because, like, hey, there's my army. Who gives a fuck about the teleportation? We have an army that can't fucking die. Like, yes. That goes horribly fucking wrong. Because, I mean, why wouldn't it go horribly fucking wrong? War keeps going on. Richthofen ends up, like, if I remember correctly, he ends up killing Maxie. I think he kills Maxie in both. Yes. So, basically, he sends Maxie's to the teleporter, and he's like, hey, but I think it's malfunctioning, whatever. And then, of course, fucking Richthofen kills him. He's just like, fuck you, like, you're going to try to cancel the experiment.
Brundlefly, who? Brundlefly, you!
Yeah, basically, and kills Maxie so he can continue with what he's doing. Enter Dempsey, the American...
Patrick? McDreamy himself?
Yes, indeed. Voiced by the same guy who voices Wolverine in a lot of the animated things. I can't think of the voice actor's name. He has a super fucking recognizable voice. Anyway, Dempsey's essentially sent in to... Tank Dempsey. He's sent in to figure out what's going on with the experiments, what is it that the Nazis are doing. They've gotten word about this undead army they're trying to build.
Steve Blum.
Steve Blum?
Steve Blum.
Oh, thank you. So Dempsey's involved. Takio is another one who gets sent. Nikolai as well. Basically just all the other superpowers being like, hey, the Nazis have figured out this thing of, like, they're going to bring their soldiers back to life. We can't let that happen. That's where they kind of all meet in this thing, is that they're all just kind of sent to figure out what it is. They find Richthofen. Richthofen lies about exactly what his intentions are. He doesn't tell them that he's the scientist right away. It's just like, I'll help you. Like, I know how it works.
Oh, wow.
Don't question why
we found this German man alone and alive in this facility. Clearly, he's innocent.
Like, as you're playing those maps, especially if you play Black Ops 1 and you play the first map, Kino, in the theater, the dialogue you'll get playing with multiple characters, like, you'll hear Dempsey talk about, like, he doesn't trust Richthofen. He knows he's up to something. You got Nikolai with, like, I don't trust fucking any of you. And Takio's the same of, like, I don't fucking, like, we just need to survive, but, like, I don't trust you.
There's an American, a Russian, Takio's Japanese, right?
Yes.
The Japanese
yes,
and
because it's World War II, so it's Japanese.
And the German. So everyone already hates each other.
Yeah. And now they have to work together. You get the zombies, you get the waves. The theater, I want to say, it just does the, you can find... Oh, the film roll. There we go. You can find the film roll, play the film, which is just a splurt of the teleportation experiment. Basically, Kino theater is like where they were experimenting on the theater, and
Kino
the
means
teleporter
theater
and
in
whatnot.
German.
Yes.
Stay tuned for me to interrupt with more fun facts.
So yeah, you get that. After they team up, it's really just becomes like every map, the Easter egg just becomes more and more you're finding secret weapons, like the Wonder Waff, the giant electric weapon. You find the monkey bombs, which you can get in the box, the box is just a random thing that you click, and then it gives you a random weapon. It could be good, it could be complete shit. Pay 950 points to find out.
Does the box exist in the lore? Or is that just game mechanic?
I want to say it's just game mechanic, the box specifically, but then again, there are comics that I haven't read, and I know the comics do add tidbits here and there, but I want to say the box specifically is like more of a game thing. Despite everything else that is part of these fucking games.
I'm looking this up right now.
So yeah, it's wave based. You're just killing zombies. You find your Easter eggs. You find out the teleporter experiment. Rick Tobin gets exposed for killing Maxis. Then you also have the just real quick. There's a spin-off map called 5. You play as JFK,
Rob McNamara,
Nixon, and
Castro.
yes. Which is just a random one about the government was hiding some of that experiment under the Pentagon, and it's a whole thing. It doesn't really have much relevance on the story, so anybody who's ever wondered if it did with the Easter, not fucking really.
It's just fun.
Play as JFK map kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I really like it because the second player always plays as Robert McNamara.
Yeah, you
the
do.
one person that no one remembers in that room.
Yep. Everybody wants to play as Nixon.
Of course.
It was like everybody wanted Nixon. Anyway, so yeah, you traveling all over. They're putting all the pieces together. Essentially, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takio are trying to figure out how to stop the undead and figure out where they came from. Figure out the Samantha girl that keeps talking to them. What is it they can do to stop all this? Obviously, Rick Tobin doesn't want that. So the Rick Tobin we start with is considered quote-unquote evil Rick Tobin. Because his plan is, yes, we're going to find Samantha, but we're going to fucking kill Samantha, and I'm going to take her place because that's an amazing power to control the undead, and fuck all of you.
Hell yeah.
So, which brings us to, skip ahead brings us to Moon, the zombie map that was DLC in Black Ops 1, the last map, where after you do the whole fucking Moon base, that's one of the most annoying fucking Easter eggs is Moon.
Never done it, never will.
I've done it one time, and it took me 4 fucking hours with the group I was doing it with, because it has so many stupid fucking steps. There's a point where you have to play Simon Says with a bunch of TV screens, but the TV screens are hidden in, like, a little fucking corner that, like, if you don't do it at the right time at the end of the round, you just get fucked immediately. But it's literally just like, oh, light this color. Okay, I have to hit this terminal, that terminal. You have to do that. Then there's a little device where you can hack things and you can give things to people. You have to use that on certain objects.
I just like
it's
giving
fucking annoying.
I like giving the
hate
hillbilly
Moon's
beer
Easter
and he
egg.
runs.
I hate Moon's Easter egg up until the ending of it, because the ending of it is pretty neat. But essentially the point of Moon, there was a secret base on the moon, obviously. Infected Get, obviously. Rick Tobin's plan, however, was that it wasn't just a base on the moon, is that it was designed to be basically a nuclear option for Earth. If things went haywire, they had a backup. So you get to the ending of that Easter egg is that you unlock a giant pyramid, which is for a place called Agartha, which is where Samantha was teleported to. She has been trapped inside the pyramid, which the pyramid is full of the energy she's been using. It's how she's been controlling everything. You do the Easter egg, you unlock that, you kill Samantha, and then Rick Tobin, like the asshole he is, launches nukes at Earth to completely fucking destroy it, and then takes Samantha's place, and he's like, I'm in control now. And he just runs the fucking undead in the apocalypse, and that is how they left it.
And the zombies' eyes change color. Ooh.
This is true. When you first play zombies, their eyes are red or like a reddish orange, indicating that it's Samantha /Maxis that is in control of them. You get to Black Ops 2 after the events of Moon, their eyes have changed to blue because now it's Rick Tobin that has taken them over. Yeah, that is a little detail to add. At which they do have the two different color in the later maps, because it's the two of them battling it out for who's going to control what.
I hate that.
Well, you know.
No, like, the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was, like, the end of my real, like, deep into
That's
Call of
fair.
Duty. So I don't know much.
The next one was my final Call of Duty. I put
Ghosts?
an ungodly amount of fucking time into. No, Black Ops 2. Sorry, there were other games, but Black Ops 2 was the last one I really invested in.
Black Ops 2 was fun. I should buy that game. Too bad it's $60.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, the
I have a
campaign.
disc of it. I just don't have a disc player anymore. But I have it on disc.
I have a disc player.
Actually, I think. No, yeah, I have Black Ops 2 digitally. Never mind. I have it because I got it from a friend of mine when he wanted it and we didn't have it, so I had bought it. Anyway.
You have other friends.
They don't live in this state, you know, which is a shame, but I have friends in other states. Because for some reason I make an impression with people, and I never fucking understand why, but hey, whatever.
Jared, it's because you're charismatic. You just don't have any faith in yourself to do so. Me and Anthony have talked about this at length.
You got, Jared. You got
You got big dick energy, man, and it doesn't populate how most big dick energy does. You don't need to be the center of the party. Instead, you just kind of stay off on your own, and people congregate around you because you have a good vibe about you, and you don't give off creepy tendencies for the most part. And so it's just like a chill hang sesh. Got that big dick energy. I said for the most part. There's the outliers. You have moments, I'm sure, but
Jared, you have a charisma.
You know.
You have a max a charisma of 20, but you only ever rolled that one.
That's
no.
pretty-
He's
that's
no.
pretty accurate.
No. The issue is like he's like a barbarian that started off real negative and just at every level up just added to charisma. But because his charisma checks are still like negative rolls, he could still roll like a 15. Motherfucker's still posting an 8. Like, and that's -7. So that's 15 minus 7. So that's an 8. I was like, well, you're very charming, but it didn't work.
Dude, he gave you a thumbs up, but he's actually going to charge you more money.
Well, you gave it a solid effort.
Damn it. So we go to Black Ops 2. Jesus Christ. Which I do have that on here too, above Anthony over here the bus.
There is shit behind us, isn't there?
Yeah,
Fuck
just,
the
I
bus
tried
level.
to make sure I had.
Fuck it.
That's just because the bus level. Okay.
Bad.
Okay, so now we're getting into it. So Black Ops 2 opens. The last anyone knew, Rick Tobin destroys the Earth. He took over. Black Ops 2 comes and confuses the absolute fuck out of everybody, because that was all we got, was the fucking bus. Which can, again, confuse the ever-living fuck out of everybody, because they changed what zombies, the format. Like, it was still round-to-round survival, but now, the first map started you in a bus station, back on Earth, that is completely fucked. There is, like, cracks all over, and there's the undead wandering around. And you have 4 new characters that everybody was kind of hit and miss with who they liked, who they didn't.
I like Ellis.
I mean, that's fair. Which one was Ellis?
He's the one who liked to go to Kittyland. Had a bad friend named Keith.
Oh, you're talking about Levin, you son of a bitch. God damn it. That's why I can ignore him. So, yeah, you start at the bus station. You have to collect parts. I think it's like a mannequin torso, a desk fan, and something else. And then you have to make a generator out of this. Don't ask me how those parts come together to make a generator. I've never fucking understood. I think it's a battery, fan, and a fucking mannequin, and it, like, spins. Anyway, you have to do that to unlock the door and then leave. Which, this is the thing that they fucking changed, was it wasn't points to buy doors. This map was heavily based on you had to have the wind generator like that to power things on to use them. It wasn't a spend X amount of points.
Temporarily.
Yeah, temporarily, because if you fucking moved it, that is where it got really fucked. And you had to go through the map, you had to get on the bus, you had to stay on the fucking bus, and you had to go to each fucking stop, because each stop would take you to the next thing you needed. I think the second stop was the farm, which is a pointless stop, unless you just want to farm some points in the early rounds.
It was a tail.
A tail?
A plain tail. That was the third piece of the
That's
turbine.
even fucking dumber. I was saying a bet, that's even fucking dumber. Okay, Jesus.
Transit, by the way, is the level called.
Thank you. The third stop is the power station, where you can turn on the power, which
Don't
was...
turn on the power.
You say... Anthony says don't turn it on, because you turn it on and you get the map's unique special infected, which is just a man made of fucking electricity that comes when you turn the power on, and you can't fucking kill him. You just have to run for your goddamn life. He's annoying as shit. But you want the power on, Anthony, because if you don't turn the fucking power on, you go to the next stop, which is in the town, and I haven't talked about perks, because if you played zombies, you know them, but I probably should mention them. You can get your Jug and Speed Cola in the town, which Juggernaut, or Jug or Nog, gives you extra life. I think your normal life is like 3 hits and you're down. Take Juggernog, you can take 6 to 7, depending on certain zombies are weaker. Anyway, and Speed Cola, which made you reload super fast, which is always fucking helpful in these situations. But if you don't turn the power on, you have to have that fucking portable generator on the perk machine at all times, because if it shuts off, you lose that fucking perk. It is not on, it is not active, and you get fucked.
Yeah,
that was the most annoying fucking thing on that
I am
map.
looking at stuff. I'm trying to find out the special zombie's name.
Yeah, I didn't bother with trying to do that, because I just wanted to give a brief overview of thing, like how this played out. So yeah, you do that one. I think the Easter egg for that one, if I remember right, was just learning that these are survivors, you're in the apocalypse, they're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. There's an old guy on the team who's hearing Rick Tobin's voice, like Rick Tobin was hearing Samantha, he hears Rick Tobin.
Only Samuel J. Stuthenhilger can hear it.
Thank you. Yeah, he's just a crazy guy. He likes to eat the dead. That's like his thing, is like he can hear Rick Tobin because he ate a zombie. Yeah, right? Like, that's his fucking thing, is he ate an undead at some point, and then because of that, it gave him a connection, and Rick Tobin's like, my guy.
Yeah, I've seen Avatar.
Cornelius Purnell is the zombie.
Thank you.
But he's also known as Avogadaro.
So yeah, Rick Tobin uses him, because there's like a whole second fucking phase that comes in where Rick Tobin has power, Samantha's not dead, she's essentially just like in the ether itself. She doesn't have a representation because Rick Tobin took it. And then this is where we get introduced to that Maxie's is still alive. Because he was killed with the teleporter, his soul is in the same place as Samantha. It's just in the ether. It's not dead.
That sounded healthy.
That sounded painful.
I don't hear a cry. We're good.
Well.
Also, knocked their untoken is on this map.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot with the bus map.
See,
there's just because it's the bus, you have to ride through the whole thing. So
see, my problem with Transit is it would have done very well on a modern console, as in modern in the year 2024.
It was ambitious
2009, so they had a lot of big things. And Mike, you've played video games before.
I have played video games.
Video
before.
games, they need power to render stuff.
For the most part.
So if you have a whole...
I don't know. I've played Nintendo my entire life, so it's possible they don't.
Okay, like we'll say with Wind Waker.
Yeah.
When you're on an island,
Yep.
only that island is rendered.
Yes.
So, and when you go in between, there's a lot of vacant sea because to save rendering power. Now imagine that only is a foggy, fiery bus ride that if you fall off, you start dying because the game doesn't know what to do.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I forgot to say that too. If you try to run out from
Or you get kicked
where
off.
the bus drives, in between each place is all toxic and you'll fucking die.
Yeah. So in order to save space, they made it nigh impossible to traverse it. Yeah.
But they also added something new. There was a new perk that got added with this map, which was a tombstone. Which is if you died, it presented a tombstone that you could have all your perks and guns you had, so you didn't have to fucking restart. Which was an extremely helpful perk for, like, the people like me when I played with the group of friends I do, and we're reaching, like, those level 25s and shit, and, like, you fucking die and have to get shit again, you're fucked. Like, there's no get a gun and go. Like, no, you're just gonna continuously die.
Yeah,
so
I never
having
got
Tombstone
that.
was great.
Is this you don't win Call of Duty Zombie? You just play
you
it
just
and get a
go
little
till you
bit better.
die. Yeah, you just keep going till you die.
I
Or
don't
you
have
do
the
the Easter
patience
egg
for
and
that.
it'll end it.
I don't have patience for a lot of games.
So yeah, then you follow this group around, which just turns into a bunch of Easter eggs of building Agarthian artifacts. Yes, Agarthian artifacts, because then Rick Tobin can basically take over everything.
Is Agartha an artifact made of lasagna?
Do you make a couple different things?
Fucking
Not lasagna,
steel
but you do
pipe.
make a bunch of different things. Like Die Rise, the skyscraper one, which is also another
The
really
worst
just-
one.
Yeah, another just fucking awful, god awful map. That one, I think, if I remember right, you make like a satellite thing that's supposed to help Richtofen like communicate to Earth to do what he's trying to do. Essentially, he's trying to make a gateway to Agartha through Earth, but he has to have somebody build the things for him. As you go down these maps, essentially because Maxis isn't dead and Samantha's not dead, they just start fighting. So later maps, again, as I said, you'll see orange-eyed zombies or blue-eyed zombies, and it's just that they're fighting over who's going to do what. Richtofen wants to destroy Earth and make the undead everywhere. Maxis doesn't. He makes it imply that he wants to stop the undead, but then there's Samantha who, no, she just wants the power back. That was her whole thing. So yeah, you do that. It gets confusing though because everything
You're
went.
confused, bro? I'm confused.
Everything went from you're focused on building these artifacts because Richtofen's going to take over completely to we got the map Origins,
Which, surprise, surprise, prequel.
which by far, hands down, is probably one of the best, if not the best, zombies map that they have ever fucking made. It is probably my most played map because a lot of my friends that played Call of Duty Zombies, like, that was the map everyone would go to. It
Y'all
was
got your
very
own
easy
unique
to learn.
wands, or staffs.
Yeah, like, it's set back in World War II trenches. It's a completely different universe. This is where things get really fucky, because they decide to make a different universe for whatever fucking reason instead of just ending what they were doing. Which introduces you to Richtofen murders Maxis in the trenches and saves his brain because his brain can be used for a new mechanism thing he's working on with the element. And then the others are just there to figure out what the fuck it is they're building. You get introduced to the giant robots they were building, which is a new thing.
Mike, you'll love the giant robot. So, in the map,
They're like the Iron Giant.
you can go into these giant robots, Michael. Guess how you go into these giant robots?
Through the foot.
Through the foot. They gotta stomp on you.
But you have to you have to get the foot
stomp
that's
on you?
lights.
Yep.
The front doesn't just open up like the toe
Nope.
doesn't open up.
The bottom opens up and it stomps on you. And
Yeah, you have
That
to, like-
seems very inefficient.
You have to find...
Come here, my soldiers.
You have to find the spots
Like the
where
ants
it's going to
video.
stomp.
You
You
remember
have
the
to-
ants video?
You have to look for the light on the foot where it's going to stomp, and you have to hope if you have the right foot, you shoot it, then go in, and that's how you get the wind staff parts. But yeah, so there's building that.
There's also medieval zombies.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm so confused. Like, I've been half paying attention to most of this, and I think that I may have missed a few things.
No.
So,
no, probably not.
Make me feel any better.
Probably not.
This is the first time medieval zombies ever appeared.
no, it's
Yeah.
not even that. Let me.
Yeah.
There's a dude named Rick Tillman,
Yep, Rick Tillman.
and he is. Is that his name?
Rick Toffen is one name. He's a
Why'd
German.
you guys been saying Rick Tillman then? I swear Jared said Rick Tillman like 14 times in a row.
No, Rick Toffen.
I bet when he listens back, it's gonna say Rick Tillman.
Well, now that's his new name. He's Mr.
Rick-
He's Rick.
Rick
Last
Tillman.
name Tillman. Mr.
Rick-
Tillman.
Rick
First name
Tillman. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So it's not
Related to Tillman from Rammstein.
It's just the problem is that Jared's just really bad at pronouncing German names.
He's
Rick
German.
Tillman?
Anyway, can we get back to my point?
Yes.
There's zombies.
Yes.
Clearly. There's also a hell or another dimension.
Yeah, another
Named
dimension.
the Gurgurigurin,
Agartha.
which is located
Somewhere else.
just a different plane of
Yep,
existence.
just a different plan. Yep.
Different timeline. I got it.
Yep.
So there's zombies. What's the point of this game? Have we not gotten there? Maybe we haven't gotten there yet.
There
Well-
is no point.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it's just wave survival, except for the Easter eggs like this where you get all the.
But
the
there's
details of
levels.
things.
So
No. There's not levels. It's the same
Oh, wow.
map, but you beat the round of zombies, and then more zombies come the next round.
Yeah,
So it basically goes like from.
But then
20
where's
zombies to 40.
Agartha come in?
that's all the Easter egg. That's all the shit you have to try to find and do.
Yeah,
that
that
gets
there's no
really
instructions
fucking
on how to
annoying.
do.
Yeah, well, back in the day, it was like whoever figured it out would post
So-
it, and then everybody else would try to do it.
So hang on, let me. Oh my god,
That's what kept them going.
God, it's been a
The house
stressful 2 weeks.
Is Agartha?
What?
The house in Kino is Agartha.
Which one?
The when you go into the teleport and you go into the weird child bedroom.
yeah.
So let me get you straight.
Yeah, which is where it gets fucky with the.
You play as Rick Tillman,
Yes.
and you're going around.
Rick, Tank, Nikolai, and Takio.
He said, I don't care. You're playing as Rick Tillman,
Yes.
and each map is the same regardless. Is there different maps, or is it
There
just
are
one?
different maps.
Yeah, many maps.
Okay, so just like you start a map and you play the game and you kill a bunch of zombies and you win the map.
We might just have
There's no end. You just keep playing, Michael.
So-
set a damn show.
Okay, hang on. No, it's starting to.
There's no way.
Starting to click. So you can play the map for infinity.
Yes.
Okay, and
Technically, you
just
could.
and so it's just.
You play until you die.
I have my eyes gonna start twitching here in a second. Such a headache right now. It's fine.
Mike's the everyman, which is great.
Yeah, it is actually.
I'm the casual, you're the expert. Mike's the novice.
I'm a noob. So you play as Rick Tillman, Tankers, and two other people.
Yep. The Russian and the Japanese man.
What's the Russian's name?
Nikolai.
Oh, so you play as Nicholas, Rick Tillman, Tanker, and
Takio.
Japanese.
Let me see what Takio's real name is.
In the
a
Laotian
tacky bag.
And the Laotian. And Teriyaki. I gotcha. So you play as Rick Tillman, Teriyaki, Tank, and Nicholas.
Oh, Takio's his first name.
Yeah, Teriyaki.
Saki.
So you play as Jerky wine.
Oh,
It's fun. So sake. You play as my neighbor Totoro, and you start the map, and you kill some zombies.
Yep.
And while you're killing zombies, you're looking for Easter eggs.
Yep, you're opening up
Yeah.
doors too, because
We're to hang on now.
Yes,
Doors?
see, now you're confusing.
you kill the zombies and you get points. Points
Okay.
open up doors and get you other weapons.
Yes.
Okay.
So you start in a very small room.
That makes no sense, but
and then
we'll
you
go
open
with
up
it.
the map as you get
So
more.
Yeah.
if you died, do you start over or do you respawn point?
Oh, you.
So you just start off in the small room again.
Yep, if all of
So it's
people
just a
playing-
time loop. You just created.
Basically, yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
an
they actually do
infin-
reference
It's an
two.
infinitum loop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you say there's no winning,
There's no winning.
but has anyone won before?
Technically.
I mean, if you do the Easter eggs,
Yeah.
it ends the map.
I was about
Okay.
to say a lot of maps end after you do
So it's
Easter eggs.
really, this game, if I'm understanding, is just about building the best timeline each time you die
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
to find all the
way to put it.
Easter eggs. This is making so much more sense. I never want to play this fucking game.
So-
if you even bring this game remotely close to me, I will burn your house down.
It's fun when you're playing with four idiots.
Oh, it is.
See,
If
It's
you
mindless.
drop and you help each other
You,
up.
you say that, but you've never played with Mike as a first-person shooter. You've only really played against Mike
that's
as a
true.
first-person
Yeah.
shooter.
Yeah,
and
he-
you always win, don't you? Because Mike's not good at these games.
If you would like to see how Call of Duty Zombies is played at all, you can actually go over to our YouTube where me and Anthony did a playthrough on a little bit of zombies.
If you would like to see Mike play Halo as bad as he can and use the Scarab gun the entire time, donate $5. First Patreon. I'll fucking set it up and we'll do a full run through of Halo 2 with the Scorpion gun.
That's a pretty good deal.
Hell yeah.
Until you get to the end boss, and then you got to fight Barack or whatever the fuck his name is, Hussein Obama. I can't remember the.
Oh no, you fight Obama.
Yeah.
It's settled.
No, what's his name? What's the ape dude's name at the end of Halo 2? The
Don't remember.
fuck off.
Halo 2. I'm assuming it's a brute.
Yes, a brute.
Yes,
I couldn't even remember
it
what
is
the
a
brutes
brute.
were called.
Tartarus.
Tartarus,
There
because
we
it
go.
sounds like tartar sauce. Yep. So if you want to see me win everything except for tartar sauce, $5. Do it in a month if we get a Patreon.
I want to say the highest round.
Yeah.
It looks like is Shino Numa
That makes sense.
with 8,000 rounds.
Numa indeed.
Fucking Christ.
I
That
love
has to be
ozone.
hacked in some way. There's no fucking way they did that.
Made a great
Uh,
joke
Noct-
over your guys' head. It's fine.
Numa. No, I heard it. Noct is 1,276 for the very first one. Kino 226.
You know, at times I think I have no life. Which, sure, I don't do a lot, but I'm not that kind of no life. Do you have I can't fucking fathom how long it takes you. Just getting to round 25 takes hours of my day. And that's when you have 4 people. Getting to thousands? Fuck that shit.
So apparently, how they got 8,000. In World of War Zombies only have 24 zombies per round, only ever. So it was a lot easier in World at War because of limitations.
Yeah, no, that would have been a lot easier.
So let's see.
Because in the later games there, it's just like the higher the round, the more zombies are appearing. So yeah, no, that's...
They killed 192,000 zombies. Actually, no, let me redo that. Because it's 179.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. Like, I enjoy playing them, but like
Yeah, now
I couldn't get that intense with it.
Yeah, dedication.
That's a lot.
I've never been
fucking
obsessed
time.
and dedicated with anything in my life. Sorry, I'm just looking at my
Yeah, you're looking at the thing.
411 Transformers behind you.
So back to So with Origins, they get that. You have to build the stabs of the ancients, which is wind, electricity, fire, ice.
The Avatar elements,
Yep.
obviously.
I mean, yeah. Get the stabs, open the portal to Agartha, send a drone in, and then it ends the game.
Wait, so you Pacific Rim it?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, you
I was paying attention.
You build magician staffs and go into an alternate dimension.
Okay, now you're just talking. There's magic.
Yes.
You take Maxie's brain and you put it in the
How's
drone, and
there's
then it sends
magic
up.
in a call? Do you shoot the magic?
That is what
Yes.
Element 115 is. It is.
Well,
it
that's
is
the Russian thing.
residual-
Stop saying that. That was Moscowsium. So
Element
It's
115 is the
it's residual energy
Vibranium
from Agartha.
of this thing where it just does everything.
I mean, it's because it's
Mm-hmm.
it's
Oh
the
yeah, 100%.
magical.
because now all I
Agarthan
want
energy
is a
that's
first-person
residual.
shooter game where I'm a Muggle and a wizard, where I just go around capping fucking people in the air like a
Lord of Voldemort, huh? You know how many words, how many letters are in Vada, how many syllables are in Vada Kedavra? You know how fast I can pull this trigger? Want to see which one's faster?
just a fucking just a desert. Just
But to end the Origins there, after you do that, you get a cutscene which ends the map. This is why I said I'm ending it with Origins, because this is where I fucking hate what they did.
Because when you play it hard and the hardest difficulty, if you turn the camera to the right, you can see Master Chief in stasis.
I will fucking kill you. Yeah, so you send the fucking drone in. It sends you to just a different fucking universe. That is the whole point, is you get sent to a different fucking universe. And that is how they end the map. And that universe doesn't become relevant till the next zombies, because then you see those characters. And who is it?
Tank.
It's fucking Samantha. It's fucking Samantha. She's not in a universe where she didn't get in the teleporter, where she grew up kind of normal, but she's still obviously Maxie's being a Nazi scientist.
Yeah, but say the child of a Nazi scientist is normal as you can be.
But yeah, it pans out to her, and I think it is Tank Dempsey that's like a little kid with her.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right, well, it's another universe, Anthony. Maybe you can check to see who the other kid is. I never paid attention because I just stopped giving a shit once they did that, because it fucks up everything that I built up for all those years, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, it's Samantha, and she's got literally Takeo, Dempsey, Nikolai, Richthofen, like they're little action figures, and she has little zombie action figures, and it shows that everything has just been the kids playing. And people tried to justify this shit with the song Easter eggs that are in the older games, because lyrics like that it's all inside my head and they're not real, and that it's all just a game. They're like, yeah, it makes sense that it was just a kid playing. It's like, no.
They make it up as they go along.
Like, the songs were made because Samantha's a fucking kid and she's playing with, like, she's given the power for zombies. So to her, it's just she's playing a game, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't what this became. But yeah, they end it there, which is just, it ends with like an alarm going off. I don't know the story past this point, but I think it's just that was the night the zombies came to life in that universe, and they don't follow that till later. But that's why I said I stopped giving a shit after Origins, because I was expecting some kind of ending to like, we kill Richthofen and Maxie's and we end the apocalypse, and then it became Yeah, a fucking World War II Origins map that then changed the storyline entirely to a completely fucked thing in the next 4 fucking games after that. But the only thing I'll mention that was of relevance out of that is we mentioned that there's the evil Richtofen and good Richtofen. The next game they do...
See, he's saying Richtofen.
The next game you go, it opens up with Richtofen in front of the...
See, now I heard Richtofen, which isn't. Quit fucking changing it. You're confusing Mike again. Does he have an evil twin? Is that what Agartha is?
Well...
Is Agartha his... Oh, don't... No.
So
no,
they open it up. They go all the way back to a little map. They go back to one of the older maps, and then it's him turning on the teleporter and killing Maxis, and him evil laughing, and then he gets killed by the Richtofen in group that we met from Origins.
God.
Because the whole plot then becomes that I know that there's an evil version of me, and I know what he was doing, and we're going to stop him, and that becomes the next couple games.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. This is dumb.
Yeah, I hated it after that. I would have been fine if we just killed both of them, and they ended it. Instead, they did this shit.
No, because it makes too much money, because a lot of people only buy it for zombies.
That really is. And even Warzone tried to do zombies, and it was fucking shitty. Like, everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just Warzones, but you've added the zombies. It's not really what we wanted. And there have been other Call of Duties that did zombies.
That's
Richtofen. Oh, is it Richtofen?
Yeah,
okay.
it's Ricky Tillman.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure if it was him or Maxie's, because they changed the fucking timeline, so why would I give a shit? Like, you've made it more complicated.
It's the Souls of Sam and Richtofen who were secure and kept safe in Dr. Monty's house.
Hey,
oh, yeah, that's where the Dr. Monty comes. That was where... That's where I said they added more in the original than what was there. Because then they say that the Agarthans had Dr. Monty as like some entity, and it's like, now it's to a point I don't want to do Easter eggs because I don't get it anymore. I could follow that it's just evil Nazi scientists being evil Nazis, but now we're including like gods that weren't there before, and now there's like multiple gods.
8 years ago, can someone explain the Origins EE cutscene? I'm assuming Easter egg.
Yeah.
Second top comment. Multiverse.
Yeah, it's really
one
the
word.
Best thing you could tell someone. It was a very dumb decision. They should, if anything, end it, and if they're going to make you do zombies in another one, come up with something different.
Yes,
at that point, you're at
problem
like 3 fucking games you've stretched that
So,
out.
Michael, you really like Marvel properties in the MCU. Biggest fan of the MCU right here.
Biggest fan right
No
here.
burnout at all.
No burnout at
Not
all.
at all.
Only thing I'm so excited for Doctor Strange 3,
Deadpool,
Brave
Wolverine.
New World. Actually,
I-
Brave New World looks great, and so does Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
So I'm not
I
gonna
have
shit. But again, it's been
Soon.
a solid year and a half since I've seen a Marvel movie. So
And so you really love it when multiple directors use the same character to make different stories.
of course,
Same thing with these zombies.
okay.
Yeah.
They're made by different fucking
Okay.
companies. So
Different branches out of Treyarch each
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So no one has the same fucking idea. So
Yeah, no,
they're
I
all
get
just,
you.
it's like
I mean,
Cultural osmosis is fine.
I mean, for what it was worth for the Easter eggs, like
Don't give him credit.
World at War
Stop it.
up to Origins
Stop it.
was a kind of like I could follow that
Keep
story.
going.
It's just, Origins is
Preach.
what really fucks it up
Doing the
'cause
Lord's work.
it gets real bad after that.
But
And then, sorry, I think
is there fucking more still?
No, I was
Michael,
just
that
gonna
was
say,
that was the. There's like 5 more games.
yeah,
but we're not
which is
doing
what
that.
I'm not, which is
We're
where it
not-
gets way too confusing.
No,
and I
we're
don't
not
wanna get
doing
into
that.
But I was gonna say they did
I would
attempt.
flip the table.
I think it's Call of Duty
Racing.
World War II
Probably. Yes,
or,
Michael?
or Vanguard. Either way, they
thought
tried
you were
zombies.
Rangers.
No,
It
I'm
was-
just praising the good Lord over there.
grittier.
He's doing his work.
Speaking of Marvel, Anthony. I sent you a chat. I'm upset with Marvel because of a decision they made that I don't fucking understand why they made it. Because it doesn't make sense now.
And what is that decision for the audience?
Marvel came out and confirmed something that people were kind of wondering what they were doing.
Yes, Gandalf is gay.
Hey guys, you remember how Spider-Man, every time we saw him, was a college kid and he had a job, and when we got the Tom Hollands, we're like, when is he going to get to that point? Like the Spider-Man most people know. And then the last one ended with like, that's the point. He's at his college,
Getting
gotta
his
get a job,
GED.
gotta balance it, and it's like, oh man, I can't wait. Well, don't expect Tom Holland, because they've just confirmed there is a 4th movie plan, and they are moving on from Tom Holland.
Yep.
Because fuck you.
I don't blame.
I don't get it.
I don't blame Marvel. I blame Sony.
I don't blame anyone. I think that Tom Holland had a good 3.
Honestly,
He did have a
Three?
good 3. I don't know. If you're gonna make like
No.
they're going
saying
to
you're gonna make a
Miles
4th, but
Morales.
You're gonna recast it. Like
They're gonna
That's
make
fine.
Miles Morales.
if they do
But
Miles
no,
Morales,
there's
I'd
nothing
be
wrong
okay
with Miles
because then
Morales.
there would be somebody. It would just be a different character, not
Yeah.
just
No, it's fine.
another Peter.
Time to
Like,
rebrand. Time to get rid of him.
I also have Marvel news.
you do?
Avengers
What do you
5
got?
and 6 have directors.
Yeah, we'll see
I
when they
did.
come
I did
out.
see something about that.
It's much like how
It's the
like
Russo brothers again.
it's much how
of
like
course it is.
much how like when big mega corporations are like, we're gonna make this change to better everything. I believe it when it rolls out.
That's
I'll
fair.
believe. Like when like at farmers like we're all gonna move buildings. I'll believe it when it happens.
Speaking of that, actually, really quick on that. With Avengers 5, have you seen the the thing that's been said that because Kang got all fucked up, what their next plan is?
Yeah,
Dr. Doom,
don't
right?
beat women.
Yeah. Doctor Doom's been revealed as like very
Obviously-
likely what it is they're planning.
Obviously, they're just. Here's the thing,
'Cause they have to
It
do
was always
something,
going to
you
be
know?
Avengers 8 and 9 over there anyway. They just cut out the big fucking Kang chunk because he fucked up.
Yep. Well, we have also confirmed that Fantastic Four is a timepiece set in the 1960s.
Well, yeah.
That's fine. More of
So,
those.
I just
I'm
I
gonna
don't
call
know
it
how
now.
that movie's gonna play.
They're an alternate dimension. Fantastic Four. They're gonna appear in our world. They're gonna be like, whoa.
Like Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know how much you guys have else to talk about. But there's been an incident, and I'd like to talk about it.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
go for it.
I got banned from TikTok.
Oh, that's right. Mike got banned for TikTok for doing nothing. Literally nothing.
I opened TikTok one day, and it said, "Hey, your
You can go
appeal
fuck yourself."
time has been expired, and there's no way to reactivate your account." Do you know how long I worked on that fucking algorithm? Do you know how
I
many
know.
fucking people
Very, very long
I
time.
blocked to keep it not like political? Do you know how many people I've had to block in the past 5 days? I've blocked 212 people.
As we can see, Fat Guy Running's account banned.
That makes
I had
It's upsetting.
no posts
Yeah.
coming to no one. Someone reported me.
he's a bot.
So now
Clearly
I'm
he's a
the
bot.
fat guy runs. I was so
You gotta
pissed off.
make sure you change your username. That's the problem.
Is that what it is?
Probably because you were user 45291131418.
It's something different now. But yeah,
He's a bot.
yeah,
probably.
See, now I'm the fat man runs, and I'm at some weird
Yeah.
things that I haven't updated yet. But yeah, again. I had not posted
So
anything.
stupid.
It told me, and like I went online and be like, how can I feel this? It's like, oh, you fucking can't. I'm like, this is why I should never got TikTok. This is why I should have stick with
ban
Instagram
it,
rules.
ban the app.
Ban it. I don't give a shit at this point. Fucking take it back, China.
Poor Mike's algorithm.
It's fine. I've got it back to kind of where it needs to be, where like every other 5 is a thirst trap instead of every other 3. So I'll get there.
hate the thirst traps.
I don't.
But I love them at the same time.
I don't. In fact, you should never look at my Instagrams. Like, hang on, let me, just for funsies, let me go ahead and refresh my, it is, well, right now it's a lot of Caitlin Clark because of the women's basketball team and stuff like that. But like, if you guys don't mind, like bikini, Power Rangers, One Piece,
Yep.
women's basketball, bikini, Sydney Sweeney, bikini,
Thirst trap.
One Piece,
Yeah.
comedy, thirst trap, more thirst trap, Caitlin Clark, thirst trap, more Power Rangers. So
Jesus Christ.
Mine, we have Transformers, Ed, Edd and Eddie, Transformers, Lego, Doctor Who. I don't know how he got on Who Talk.
But I'm so upset that I got
Um,
banned from TikTok.
Baby
for nothing.
stuff.
For nothing.
You know.
And like
Yeah,
I never got a notification that I was like needed to appeal
It
anything.
fucking said something.
And they're like, and
that's
Jared was like,
stupid.
"Well, maybe it was something associated with the show." It wasn't.
you know,
It wasn't because I
Because
don't get
you didn't
tagged
get
in
banned.
those. Because you didn't get
I'm
banned.
fucking surprised.
So
Here,
here's the
let's-
thing.
let's
I,
say
some of the I need you to
shit
make sure you
clips.
check your notifications because, like, make sure they're not trying to send you a fucking ban to appeal or whatever. And then they're like, "Hey, was this helpful?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like,
No,
"What?"
it's not.
And I was like, "I never posted anything. I don't understand how I got banned." And I said, "Like, thanks for your feedback. It'll help in the future." Fuck you, TikTok. Fuck you.
So, community guidelines. Let's see. Where can we find?
So now I'm doubling down, and I'm just gonna start posting my fucking dick everywhere. If not, this is not a slight at any individual, but if the trans community can post in tight pants with their bulge, so can I. And again, that is not a shot at anyone.
not a shot.
100%
Don't come at
supportive.
us.
Like,
won't
absolutely.
survive.
But I got banned for nothing, so I'm going to start slinging dick like the rest of them.
So here's how you can get your account permanently banned.
Yep.
Yes.
You don't meet the minimum age.
I do. I'm 33.
Yep. Did you post, promote, or facilitate? Oh, I'm not going to say that. Did you promote? That's real bad.
Or child?
Yeah, CSAM.
Yep.
Promote or threaten violence.
I haven't. Well, I have on this podcast, but I haven't.
Did you post or promote content that about rape?
Obviously, that's my whole
that's
my whole
most
vibe.
Human trafficking.
That's my whole vibe.
Real torture.
Why do you think it's called
The
Fat Guy
issue
Runs?
is I never posted anything.
Did you have
sent-
multiple strikes on your account in a
No, I
short
sent
time?
I sent memes to 4 people because Anthony didn't look. It was Alex, Jared, Holly, and Heather. That was fucking it.
Did you create another TikTok account to avoid a permanent ban?
I did now.
You heard it first, TikTok.
Fuck, come at me.
Why do you
I
think he's
fucking
called
want, I
Fat Guy
want my
Runs?
algorithm back.
He's called Fat Guy Runs because it's just a bunch of videos of
Fucking redact that. You motherfucker, you better bleep that, you piece of shit. I will, if that clip comes out like it's not redacted, I will hunt you down.
It's
You
like-
piece of shit.
Wait, listen.
Yeah.
Can you create a new TikTok account after a ban? You can create multiple accounts on TikTok. However, we may restrict or permanently ban your account if you attempt to avoid a restriction or ban imposed on another account you own.
They're never gonna find me.
No, they're not going to
And even if they do,
They're not
hey,
gonna
the next time
go that
I'm done
hard.
forever. I'm going back to Instagram.
that's
Jared, you're
very
gonna have to
fair.
start following me on Instagram
That's
again because like I'm fucking donezo. Because I'm not creating another fucking email for this bullshit.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
yeah.
Like they're like, hey, do you want to sign in with your mobile number? I'm like, sure. It's like you've been banned. I'm like, for fucking what? For what?
They just like, all right, we need to ban one random account.
Honest to God, that's what it seems like happens.
Did either of you watch the new Ghostbusters?
No,
No.
it's on Netflix
Okay.
now, though, right?
Yeah, I
It's on
watched it this morning. And
It's gonna be watched. I'm gonna watch it this week, so we can talk about it next week.
okay.
So-
I wasn't sure.
I don't care enough. I really liked Afterlife,
I really liked Afterlife.
and I heard this one is not as good.
It has
So,
its moments. It's
yeah.
like, well, it's just
I
like
didn't think it was-
Ghostbusters 2, right?
Yeah, I didn't
Like-
think it was bad.
But like, see, the issue is I really liked Ghostbusters 2. That was like my shit.
Which is fair. It's not a bad movie. It's just not Ghostbusters 1, which back in the day was a sin.
I think they play with things a bit more like Ghostbusters 2 did.
Which I love.
So I think this one might be up your alley.
Afterlife was one of the movies that almost made me cry. So
It was so good.
Won't almost make you cry, but it does have a lot of fun with itself.
That's fine.
But I think it was just people expected like an Afterlife
Yeah,
tone.
yeah.
But it goes and like having
the problem
more fun
was
with
that
stuff.
Afterlife with such a like nostalgia, and I don't think they expected it to do as well as it did.
That's probably fair.
Because
But-
I like Ghostbusters. I only have one
Regardless.
complaint about the original Ghostbusters movie. It's the blowjob scene.
Yeah.
I love that movie, but that blowjob scene every time. I need to
Well,
pirate Ghostbusters, cut out that one scene, and then start selling that.
it's just in we're getting sued
Yeah.
for some reason.
The
Oh,
better
man, that's a hefty number, Anthony. What did you do?
it's going to be
just
called
your
the
garage
better
full of-
cuts.
Yeah, just garage full of better cut Ghostbusters.
Start selling for
I would-
$5.
I
He
would-
starts selling for $4.50 outside the Walmart.
I would love to show my son Ghostbusters when he's old enough, but I'm terrified of having to explain a blowjob or why
Or
they're
you
doing.
don't.
I asked, and my mom avoided it.
Yeah. I mean, you can just play it, and you can come up with an excuse.
Why did the pants go
Probably.
down? Why is your
Yeah,
head there?
Why is he
Yeah.
rolling his eyes? Anyway.
He's really scared.
Really scared.
Oh.
It was a ghost.
Yep.
Guys, I really need this scene in the movie.
I feel like that happens in a lot of movies, though.
Probably.
Somebody just
You mean
really
like the
pushes
scene
for
in-
an unnecessary scene.
In From Dusk Till Dawn, the scene that was written by Quentin Tarantino, where he's forced to drink tequila off of Salma Hayek's feet. You mean a scene like that?
yeah,
that
well,
he-
I
he-
still enjoy that movie.
He
You're
didn't
not
write a
gonna
lot
ruin
of
it for
scenes
me.
in that movie, and he didn't write a lot of scenes in that movie, but that is one that he did.
I still love that movie.
No, it's a great movie.
regardless.
But
Yeah, that is. I agree. That is a scene where you're just like, why? Why is that a decision?
Why-
Why are you into feet, man?
I-
why are you into feet? You
of all
gotta
the
make weird
things,
scenes
like-
like this.
like,
Speaking of
speaking of feet,
Well, no. Speaking of horror,
Horror. Not horrors.
I had recommended it to Anthony, and I will recommend it to everyone else out there. I know it's probably been blown up because I know I saw it a bunch of places and people saying it was really good, and I just hadn't gotten to it yet. I recommended it to Anthony. Definitely don't watch it with anybody else like around you. Definitely not that. It's definitely like when you want to enjoy a horror movie thing. Like this I would recommend. But In a Violent Nature, I cannot recommend it enough for people. If you are a fan of the old school Friday the 13th, Halloweens, it is the one of the best homage to like all of those that you could possibly have made. There is an uninterrupted scene where the girls get in the lake. What they do is they show you from the back of him walking into said lake, and then it just keeps that. It just keeps the zoomed out. You don't know where the fuck he is, and you see them just swimming on the thing, and you're just waiting.
Anticipation.
Yeah, it's literally just like
Don't.
He's in the water.
Don't continue because I might want to
I
watch
won't tell
this.
you what happens, but they do a lot of scenes like that where it's it's pretty much just following the killer, not the survivors. So there's a lot of just uninterrupted cut scenes like that of like, here's the scene, they're on this blah blah blah, here he is doing his thing, and then they just hold that and you witness everything from afar. It was a lot of fun. It was really good, really well made.
If we're recommending stuff, I'd like to recommend something. My Superman Adventures. Watch it on HBO Max.
I will not.
It's so good.
I fucking hate Superman.
It's so good. Watch it.
I've
There's
never
2
liked
seasons.
Superman, and I think this is something else me and Jared have. I fucking hate Superman
watch
so
it.
much.
It's a brand new take.
You tried to tell me to watch it. I'm gonna fight against
fantastic.
it 100%. 100%.
Mike,
why?
I've seen the commercials.
Do you like magical girl transformations?
I do, but I don't
then
care
you like
about,
My Superman Adventures.
like Superman.
Watch it.
I don't like Superman. That's the issue. Also, while we're talking about shit that no one cares about, it's fine. I saw Lex Luthor. He's got hair, and I see that Amanda Waller's in there too. It's fine. I need to not issue an apology, but not redact a statement, but clarify a statement.
Don't go to Detroit.
No, still don't go to Detroit. Absolutely not. The flack that the TikToks get about me yelling at Anthony for eating a quarter pounder with cheese, and like not getting food. I would like to clarify. I don't care what you eat when you're alone.
You get bullied off of TikTok.
Is that what it was?
There's someone to get really offended by the quarter pounder.
Quarter pounder cheese. No, I need to clarify.
Thank you, by the way.
I do not. I do not care what you eat when you're alone in a car.
Yeah.
It is when you're driving other people that I have if you have your own life in your own hands, whatever the fuck. Like, I ate sushi on the way home from a 5K yesterday. So like
you're like, I get it.
No, like I did like here's the thing. I didn't have anyone with me.
With chopsticks.
It would have been no chopstick with like a hand shovel. I didn't have anyone with me, and like that's the clarification that I need. Like, you cannot do that when you're responsible for other people's lives. If it is just you and you want to die, that is fine. But not do it with other people.
Don't worry, Mike.
Yeah.
The conversation stuck so much in my head that when I got McDonald's on the way home, I got 2 McDoubles. Because I'm like, I should eat something easier to hold in one hand.
You get it though, right? You understand.
I do.
You're an asshole.
Well, because I was in Charlevoix or whatever it is. Claire, what fucking halfway home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got 2 more hours to go. I just want to be home. I don't want to die.
Right. Which is why you don't eat the quarter pounder.
No, you go for the double quarter pounder, add 1 pound of quarter.
That's just why I wanted to clarify that. I didn't get bullied. I saw some comments and some things like on the Twitters.
I would like to say to our audience who hear this, or even if they listen to it, it's all in good fun.
It all really is.
Mike is not serious about it.
I mean, I am, but I'm not.
Not serious enough that we're actually arguing.
None
of these are real arguments.
No.
We are being passionate for the show.
Mike is a character on this show.
Yes.
I'm just
Mike does not fucking care if his life is not in danger.
Yeah, right. Like that's the thing. Like we've like I said, you can eat whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not in charge of someone else's life. With the incident with like Detroit. Yeah, that's what kind of put me over the edge.
Yeah,
saucy nuggets, and we're gonna rear-end someone, and Mike's gonna go flying, and you made me drop my combos. I'm gonna have an issue.
Now the thing is, it's like, not to mention, I might sometimes exaggerate myself in what I say, to get more better reactions.
Yeah, it's all shock value.
Like, of course I'm not. Do people actually think like I'm getting like a Big Mac or something going down the road?
Yes.
No, of course not.
You.
I didn't say Big Mac because I know Mike might actually have swung on me.
I would have actually
Because that is the worst burger to order.
Actually, the fish fillet.
I don't like the fish fillet.
See, I think because it's a steamed bun, right? So it's already mushy. So
Yep.
like it's sticky. Listen, there isn't a fast food item that I haven't thought about. If a Patreon special, we can go through the entire menu of fast food and decide what is good and what is not good.
We don't need a Patreon special. We can just do that.
We could, but I think it'd be better if they paid us so we could go try these food.
No, that's true.
Exactly. So you have to pay to see that. Because that's basically food porn at that point, and that is not for free. But remember, at the God tier, for all the money, we'll do whatever the fuck you want us to do.
You want me to put a chicken nugget on my butthole?
The God tier.
I got a price.
God tier. Anyway, Jared,
You have a price too, Jared. Everyone
take
does.
us out before it gets any weirder.
Yeah, so with that, folks, you can follow us at Oddcast, and we got oddcastmedia@gmail.com. All of it is in the description, so don't worry if you miss it. Anthony is still a menace to society, apparently.
But he did have a vacation, unlike me and Jared.
He's a bastard. And Mike got burned, and I'll just be here next time. Everyone stay up. Bye.